there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, is Sasha Banks finally preparing for life after WWE?
WWE did have some big plans for Kevin Owens.
Tony Khan, is he going to do a press scrum? Is that a good idea? We'll talk about it.
And we've got a brand new match stipulation in WWE.
Yeah. I wasn't expecting the wrestling news now already. WWE. But we're going to talk a lot about WWE today. We're going to kick off with Sasha Banks. She's been up to some stuff. And when you add that stuff together, maybe it's a breadcrumb on the trail that leads to her leaving WWE. If she hasn't already, who the hell knows? It's been 6 months. We're still here. A bunch of things came to light yesterday. First of all, as originally reported by PW Insider, she seems to have filed a bunch of trademark applications. Now, the company that filed these applications is called Solnado Inc., which appears to be affiliated with her. Her surname, of course, is Varnado. I'm not sure on the pronunciation, but, you know.
She's not making a new movie, Soul versus Tornado.
Oh, brother, I think it's a
like
Mortal
Sharknado,
Kombat.
but with souls.
Oh, gee whiz. Was Kurt Angle not in Sharknado?
Maybe.
There's a wrestling link to it already. Here we go. But the trademarks that were filed with the USPTO on the 11th of November, so last week, are for Mercedes Monet, Monet Talks, Bank Monet, and Statement Maker. Now, if I was putting 2 and 2 together to get 54, Mercedes Monet sounds like a ring name.
Yep.
Her real name is Mercedes. Monet Talks, talk show segment or something. Bank Monet, catchphrase, I guess, nickname, whatever. Statement Maker, bank statement, finisher, potentially. On top of all this, however, Ald Mercedes was on Twitter. Thank you, Blue Heart, Blue, what's that bug called
Butterfly?
again? That's the one. And the teary-eyed emoji. I forgot about insects.
What's a butterfly?
Yeah, this is what you tune in for the news for. Bug trivia. But there you go, she's been gone since May. Her and Naomi obviously walked out of Raw. Speculation, rumors, all of that stuff points to her definitely showing up on Dynamite tonight.
Definitely. Yeah, she put out that statement a bit like earlier this month on Instagram, where she did a little thing saying that like something exciting is happening this month. And that she's been waiting 6 months for whatever this something exciting is, and now add all these to the fire. But back then, people thought that would be like her entering Survivor Series or something, because that was like roughly 6 months to the day when she was doing it, and it's in Boston. But now all these extra trademarks and things, either she's gone absolutely mad to work the internet, or she is planning to leave.
Yeah, I wonder what's going on. Like last week, there was, or was it the week before? I can't remember. But when AEW was in Boston, everyone was like, "Oh, that's Sasha's hometown," which obviously isn't a guarantee of someone showing up. That proved to be the product of speculative minds, as this is, to be fair. But like, I'm at the point where I just want to see her doing cool things, and I don't really care where it is anymore as long as she's happy.
Get her in Stardom, damn it.
Well, primarily that. That'd be tremendous. Imagine her in the Grand Prix or something.
I know, yeah, be mad. But yeah, it could be like just some kind of like tactic for convincing Triple H to take it back. Like, look, I'm ready to go. Look at all these trademarks I have. And then he's like, "Ooh, I'm scared now. Here's lots of money," or something. I don't know, but
take the bag.
Whatever happens, I just hope she gets back to wrestling as soon as possible, because my word, I miss her.
I miss watching her work, and I mean, we've probably milked these stories for as much as we can at this stage, so hey, there we go.
And we'll milk them some more when it eventually happens, whatever it is. But speaking of missing people's work, Kevin Owens. He is, just recently got injured at a house show over the weekend. The Wrestling Observer originally reported this, saying that he might have sprained his MCL at the house show. Meltzer is back on the Wrestling Observer Radio, talking about what WWE's plans were for Kevin Owens, and funnily enough, the plans were to put him in that War Games match, whereas there's a big hole that is perfectly Kevin Owens sized. So that was going to be the thing. They were going to do it as a surprise entrant, probably on the night, but unfortunately, this injury likely rules him out of that. So it leaves quite a big hole for WWE to fill, and quite a big hole in just the storyline of how perfect Kevin Owens would have slotted into that, with Sami Zayn in the bloodline on the other side, and the history of his surprises at War Games in NXT as well. It would have been really, really good. So unfortunate this for Kevin Owens.
Yeah, it's a real bummer this, because he's the perfect bloke. He's got the Sami stuff going on. He did the 2019 pop and return to NXT, so you can kind of sort of recreate that a little bit.
He likes jumping off stuff.
Yeah, exactly. His poor back. That poor man's back. It must be in pieces. Hope he isn't injured too long. Sprain, obviously, is less serious than, like, tear. I'm not a doctor, but I know what these words mean.
Yep.
So I hope he's back soon. I don't know who the heck they could replace him with that could be similarly fun.
Absolutely no idea.
But, hey, maybe...
Triple H lost someone in his back pocket somewhere.
Batista.
Tommaso Ciampa.
Gangrel. Von Wagner.
I'd watch that. I'd watch Gangrel.
So would I. Imagine. Just there for no reason. Just wins. That'd be ace. I love Gangrel, man. Shout out to Gangrel. Legend. Right, there's an AEW pay-per-view this weekend.
Banging and banging.
Yeah, he might be banging and banging. At Full Gear, maybe. What happened last time Tony Khan did a press scrum? Wasn't good. Wasn't great. Not great for that company. The CM Punk thing. He attacked everyone verbally. It was a brawl. Everyone got suspended. You know the score. Punk's probably leaving, trying to buy out the contract. The Elite are seemingly coming back. Blah, 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 blah. Tony Khan sitting there for 20 minutes while CM Punk just tore his company to pieces verbally. It was a whole deal. Has that dissuaded him from doing another at Full Gear this weekend? No,
of course not.
Silly sausage.
He loves them.
Interestingly, this comes from Nick Hausman of Wrestling Inc. Nick Hausman was the person who was called out by CM Punk by name to kind of facilitate his big rant? Yeah, it qualifies as a rant.
Or to attempt to facilitate his rant. It didn't really go very well.
Are you
But he
friends?
wanted anyway, so...
He just went for it. He was like, are you friends with Scott Colton? No. Not really. All right, I'm going to do it anyway. But Nick tweeted, actually, last night saying, I just got word from AEW that they will have media scrums after Full Gear. Thank you, Tony, for continuing to do them. I'll be there. Let's have some fun. I like that. Let's have some fun.
Yep.
I bet Nick's mentions were an absolute disaster for the weeks after that one. But yeah, there's going to be a press scrum. And CM Punk, obviously, not going to be there. You'd imagine this one would go a bit smoother.
You would hope so. You would like to think that Tony has learned his lessons from the last one. However, it is Tony Khan, and the last one could have been fixed if he'd only, stepped in right at the beginning when he realised that this was not going to go well, instead of just sitting there for 20 minutes looking like the sort of visual version of that dog in the flames meme thing. And then going off on a rant about Triple H for a while fights were going on backstage.
Yeah, while his world champion was fighting with his trio champions in
And
BBC.
security was rushing out the room. Oh, what a mess it was. So you'd like to think he's learned his lesson and he'll tone it down a little bit for this one. And also, you'd imagine the sort of elephant in the room is just, well, Punk was desperate to get whatever it was off his chest on that night. So you won't have that in the room.
Yeah.
So hopefully it'll go a little bit better. I mean, in a way, hopefully it won't, because then we'll get loads of news videos.
This is true. The thing about all of this stuff is, like, I'm so glad that the owner of AEW is someone like Tony Khan and not just some boring dude who just doesn't say anything and just regurgitates media trained phrases. It's much more fun to cover. He's a bit wacky. He's a bit wild. Sometimes stuff like this happens, and obviously there's bad that came of all out and all that. But I like that he hugs Claudio enthusiastically and does like crazy faces when he's talking about it. Tony's fun, man. He's good banner.
He is.
Yeah.
So yeah, more of this sort of thing.
Yeah.
Forever AEW.
Be entertaining.
Keep it going. But moving back over to WWE, they've got a brand new match stipulation that they are doing. It was announced on NXT last night. Shawn Michaels came out to announce it. So it's a bit weird. It's kind of a mix of like a championship scramble and an Iron Man match and a hockey game. And it's called the Iron Survivor Challenge. And I'm going to use my notes for this because, you've got to make sure you're right with these things. So, 5 competitors will enter. The match will go 25 minutes, which is where the sort of Iron Man kind of side of things come on. 2 people will start, and then every 5 minutes another person will enter until all 5 of them are in the ring. And the basic goal is to get as many falls as you can. Pinfalls, submissions, DQs, whatever. Well, not get DQs, but I guess if you're the one being hit with a chair, do you get the...
I don't know. That's weird, because the penalty box thing.
Yeah, because, the twist comes.
Yeah.
So basically that's so Iron Man with a mix of, Rumble, I guess. But then the twist comes where if you lose a fall, like if you lose a pinfall or lose a submission, or I assume get yourself DQ'd. Maybe no one gets a point if you get DQ'd and it's just you. But anyway, if you lose a fall, you go in a penalty box for 90 seconds where you have to sit in a little timeout while everyone else does their wrestles and gets more points and things, I suppose. So that's the incentive to not DQ yourself, because then you miss out on 90 seconds of action and you can't physically capitalize on your DQ. So the winner is the person with the most amount of falls at the end, obviously, and then they go on to be the number one contender for either the men's or the women's title. You don't get to choose. There's going to be a men's match and a women's match.
Imagine Von Wagner wins.
No.
Yeah, I'll fight for the women's title.
So it's going down at NXT Deadline. It's brand new and it's interesting, and I'm intrigued.
Yeah,
I guess
definitely. I'm still quite confused, but I'm here for new stipulations coming to life. I'm here for them trying new things. Definitely interested to see how it pans out. I think it has the propensity to be either really cool and unique and fun and like a new feather in the cap, or a disaster. I don't want anything in the middle. I don't want it to be just okay. I want it to be brilliant or trash. Let's find out.
And it's in, like, the penalty box idea is interesting. It adds a new kind of dynamic to, like, when you get your pinfalls and not. And then, like, do you want to be in for the full 25 minutes so you have loads of time to get as many pinfalls as possible? Or do you want to come in the last, like, 10 minutes and then everyone's weaker so you are able to get more pinfalls over them?
Yeah, fun.
We'll have to see.
Ice hockey's fun. They just kill each other, don't they? Smash each other in the side. So maybe we'll see some more pucks. I don't know.
Let us know in the comments what you think of the Iron Survivor Challenge.
There you go. Right, our questions today. The first one today comes from Eric Molyneux, who says, "Good morning, fellow brother in bald," and insert co-host name here.
That's me.
There he is. With all that Sasha Banks has accomplished in WWE, do you think it would be worth it to bring her in on a part-time basis? Now, I assume Eric means like WWE part-time.
Yeah, like a Lesnar style thing.
Yeah, that kind of deal. It would satisfy her want to do something else, and she is a needle mover in my opinion. Well, it's not just your opinion, sir. She is indeed a needle mover. The numbers back that up, so you're 100% correct there. What do you reckon? Part-time Sasha in WWE?
100%. If you're losing Sasha Banks, you do whatever it takes to keep Sasha Banks, in my opinion. She is that damn good, and if you're able to work out some kind of part-time thing where she does sort of 6 months on, 6 months off, or whatever it is, she gets to go off and do like acting and modelling and like all her other side projects and things. That obviously she's got a hell of a lot going on. She's proved over the last 6 months, but then also satisfy her love of wrestling at the same time and get her on your wrestling TV. Do whatever the hell it takes to get Sasha Banks. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. If I'm running a wrestling company, I'm doing whatever that would be, compromises, anything to get her on my screen. Stardom would be so much fun, AEW would be fun, but the part-time role in WWE would be ace as well. That's one of Batman.
Maybe if they can somehow work out a deal where she can go do some Stardom dates as well as WWE, and we all know she would absolutely love to wrestle over in Japan. She's been talking about it forever.
Maybe Kyrie is a go-between there, perhaps, given those connections. Hey, good stuff. Our next question comes from Sean Parry.
If they can work it out for Carl Anderson, they can work something out for Sasha Banks.
Oh man, that saga has been something to witness, hasn't it? Sean Parry asks, "Hey yo, with one space remaining on Bianca Belair's team for War Games, the Survivor Series, who can you see the mystery partner being? Could it be an NXT call-up or a possible returning star?" I think there are two great shouts for this. I'm going to let Phil go first, because you've probably got one of them.
Well, my mind always immediately went to Candice LeRae, because she's really good fun in these kinds of things.
Okay, there are three great shouts.
However, there's like rumours of her being injured. Obviously, she's not been on TV for a while. I think Meltzer was saying that, like, speculating anyway, that there might be some kind of injury going on there. So not entirely sure what's going on there. But in terms of, like, they've got a lot of injuries going on. Yeah. But in terms of outside chances, I would go for like a Beth Phoenix or something, depending on how healthy she is and willing to do War Games style things. Just getting in her in the ring with Rhea Ripley at the same time and stuff just seems like a no-brainer. It seems like really good fun.
Yeah, after the big angle, I think it's a great shout. Ripley the other week with her hair and stuff, like what was it? Michael Cole said on commentary, it's in memory of Beth or something like that. Just what tremendous work she's doing. Another good shout, I think, if assuming she's like ready to go again, because she hasn't wrestled since she left WWE, I don't think. Tegan Knox. Because she's got the history with Dakota.
And Triple H.
There you go. Bianca and the team could be like, hey, listen, Dakota Kai, we got someone who's got some history with you, and of course that turn happened, in my opinion, the best WWE War Games match so far. It was awesome, it was great, it was super. Okay, Graham Jack has been on with our final question, saying, with AEW rumoured to be in the UK come April, do you think they'll have a big hometown win to close the show? For me, Hater beating Britt for the belt in London would be class. What do you think? Yeah, so AEW are announcing the UK show tonight.
Yep.
There have been rumours of February and April, a show in Manchester and a show in London. Hometown, home country win. We're not doing the Drew McIntyre, I guess. What do you reckon?
100% Simon Miller should beat MJF in the
Yes.
You are perfectly correct. No, I think it makes sense. I personally wouldn't go the Hater Britt Baker route. I would put the belt on Hater ASAP, to be honest with you.
Saturday,
and then have her hold it until the UK show when Saraya beats her, and have that as the big hometown pop.
Like babyface versus babyface, popping, nice atmosphere kind of vibe.
100%.
I like that a lot. And you can do a lot with like Britt being really jealous. Like if Hater wins the belt and Britt's like, hey, I brought you in, I should have the belt, what's going on?
Yeah.
You could do that match before. That's a great idea, I like that. Supplementary one, do something with a go-go.
100%.
He's so much fun. Like, he's so funny on Twitter. Like, he's funny in his promos. He's like, if you watch his recent Progress stuff, like, he's really improving between the ropes and stuff. I don't understand why this man hasn't been on TV more. I know they have a huge roster, and yes, but this guy is such a unique prospect, and I'm not just saying this because we love the guy. I think it's awesome. Like,
there you go. There's your match. Maybe not putting Miller against MJF. Put Miller against Anthony Ogogo.
But Simon better be doing some jaw workouts for that one. I'm not. Can you work out your jaw?
I don't know.
Does that work?
Would get his head kicked in.
Yeah,
I'd be down. I'd honestly be up for watching that.
Yeah.
Just sorry, Miller.
Go with anyone. Is there like some who's like a sniveling heel he could batter, like QT Marshall? Why not? Turn on the factory, Anthony. You're too good for those guys. Right. Thank you for joining us today. It'll be me and Phil again tomorrow. For questions tomorrow, we're going to go to the YouTube community. Something we like to do. Maybe once or twice a week. Just not everyone's on Twitter. Not everyone likes Twitter. I have a love-hate relationship with it myself. So we'll go to the YouTube community page. Look out for a thread over there probably this evening at some point. But thanks. Follow us on Twitter at WhatCulture WWE. You can follow Phil at
Phil My Chambers. And you can follow Andy at
Andy H. Murray. The H stands for habanero. Yes, it's a bit too spicy for me, a habanero. I'm more of a jalapeno guy, to be honest, but that begins with a J.
Everything is too spicy for me.
Yeah, kormas. Yeah, it's like chicken yogurt, innit? Anyway, spice stuff. See you later. We are the Spice Girls. Bald Spice and
Excellent.
boat
Beardy spice.